Perfect. I'm going to mute everyone out. Perfect. I want to thank you so much for being on our Wednesday night systems call. We generally do the call on Sunday evenings at 9:30, but we suspended it during the summertime because so many people were away and traveling, and now we've got Blitz. But guys, the system is so important because you know what? When you have 5 people, imagine that one day you're going to have 25 people, and then you're going to have 250 people. And what's important is that everyone on your team really follows the same system, because when you teach it to someone and then the rest of your organization does it as well, you know they're in good hands, right? Whereas if you're doing A and someone's doing B and clients like, I am so confused, Angela does it this way, Ed does it this way, what you'll notice on our team is that we are all in sync. We have a welcome email. We have a way of welcoming and adding someone to our Facebook support group. We have a way of introducing someone on a 3-way phone call. And isn't it wonderful that someone 6 levels down knows the system and does it the same way, right? So as soon as you enroll someone, as soon as you get members started, plug them into the team call, because it's more training that your new people are getting. As soon as my members enroll, I say, please plug in Wednesday night. This has nothing to do with who's building a business and who only wants to use the products. You know what? There's great information here for everyone. And listening to the stories and connecting with the team and seeing their beautiful faces on the screen. I mean, these are real people. Right? We all drink shakes. We're all here because we love isagenix. So really start promoting these Wednesday night calls. They're so important. And I want to thank Ed Golden so much for taking his time out. He's busy, 2 small kids, and he's just always present, always coachable, and always willing to roll up his sleeves to help the team. So with that being said, let's get started and let's show you guys where to find system number 1. We have 6 simple systems. They were designed by our upline, and tonight Ed and I will be presenting system 1. Excuse me. So I'm going to show you guys where to find it. I see Jeff. I see your face. Can you see my screen right now? Yes? You see my screen, yeah, Jeff?
Yeah, I forgot I'm muted.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. So, friends, I'm going to go to hbteam.co, and I'm going to click right here on the 6 simple systems. And each Wednesday, Ed and I will be describing each one. And this is so beneficial, so much valuable information. So system number 1 is presentation. How we want to present this to people properly and effectively. Before you begin, listen to the audio. The audio talks about nutritional cleansing and how to create curiosity about it. And the reason why we don't mention isagenix in posts or pictures, and we use the word nutritional cleansing or superfoods or detox is this. If you use the word isagenix, someone will Google it. Right? And Google's kind of funny, because if someone pays a lot of money for advertisements that week, you might get an article that's uninformative. You might get an article that's false. So if anybody's going to learn about isagenix, they're going to learn from me. They're going to learn from isagenix.com, from ISA products. I want them going right to the source. Okay? So we'll get into system number 5, which is Facebook system. But if you're ready to post, friends, please do it with the guidance of your coach. Don't just put anything up there, because number 1, we're not selling. We're sharing our beautiful experience, and that's what everyone really has to know. So let's say you're sharing, let's say you're posting, let's say you're talking. The best way to get those enrollments is to set up a 3-way phone call. So I'll talk about number 1, and Ed will jump right into number 2. So let's say you posted something on Facebook, like my friend Mark did. After watching my friend Angela lose 28 pounds, I'm so excited that I'm down 7 pounds, and I feel great. People are going to start messaging. When people start messaging, Simply comment, I'll inbox you on each post. That's all you want to say. Hey, I'll inbox you. You don't want to start answering people publicly. And then inbox them and say, look, I'm brand new. Send me your phone number and 2 times, and I'll get my good friend Angela on the phone to explain it to you because I just started. You'll love it. Trust me. Right? So getting your coach on the first 3 to 5 phone calls is so important. How do you set up a phone call? You just ask for the time. So let's do a little role play. Yeah? Jeff, you're unmuted. So
Okay.
Jeff, you posted your results. People are starting to message you. What do? What do you inbox them?
What do I say?
Yeah. Well, what are you supposed to say?
Okay. Well, so when we
Yeah, you put up the post, right? You're like, my
Okay.
wife just lost 7 pounds. She's looking beautiful after the baby. And now Caitlin messages you and says, what are you doing? I need to know. What do you do? How do you take it offline and on the phone?
Okay. Basically, exactly like you said. I mean, we had a great experience. I'd love to talk to you on the phone. Give me a time that works for you, and we could discuss the great products. And then, can I tell you a lot of times what people say?
Sure.
Can you send me some information?
And I would say, rather than spend 30 minutes going back and forth, shoot me 2 available times and your phone number, and it's going to be so much more informative if I explain it to you in about 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Right? Because you are the boss. You're the boss.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be able to give someone very good information via message, because via message, they can't hear your passion. They can't hear you explain how your wife is lit up, how her eyes are glowing, how she feels, how you have your partner back. So it's really important to get them on a call. So from that point, you would message Ed, right? And you would say, hey, Ed, I have a client. Go ahead. What do you do from there? Ed's coach.
What, Ed?
Yeah, let's say Ed's your coach, and now you've got a potential prospect. How do you confirm the time and the appointment?
So I just let Ed know, hey, I got so-and-so that is ready to, to speak about the products. Does 5 p.m. work for you? And 9.999 times out of 10, he says, just text me 10 minutes before and we'll get started.
Perfect. And all you're doing is you're sending Ed the time, saying, look, I have Jennifer. She said she's free at 11 or 4. Can you do one of those times? You're giving him the courtesy by giving your coach the choice, and then your coach confirms, and then you go back and you confirm with your client. And that's all we mean by taking it offline and on the phone, because you've got to let people hear your passion. You've got to let people hear the story. So that's how you set up a 3-way phone call. Now, what to do during the 3-way phone call? I'd love to ask Vicki if she would be open to doing this, because we've done a lot of phone calls together. So how would you introduce your client, Mary, to me, your coach, Angela?
Okay, I usually say, yeah, we've done so many calls. I would say, hey, Mary, this is my coach, Angela. She's coached hundreds of thousands of people. She's helped so many people lose weight, gain energy, and just get healthy. She's definitely the perfect resource to use for any questions you may have. And Ange, this is my friend Mary. We met at school. Our kids go to school together, and she's looking to lose about 30 pounds, and her first few days have been very good, and she's feeling great with lots of energy.
Perfect. And then what do you do, Vicki?
Then I shut up, I mute my phone, and let you do all the work.
Perfecto. What a beautiful edification process, friends. She introduced me to Mary as the professional, as the authority on the program. She introduced Mary to me and let me know how she knew her, where she knew her, and what Mary wanted out of the program, right? For weight loss friend from high school. And then she shut up. And I hate to use that word, but guess what? When she interrupts the coach, you know how it makes the coach look? This small. and it takes all the authority away. So by you muting your line, it's not a sense of invalidating you. It's really allowing the coach to be a coach and make some progress with the client. And then I would be done speaking to Mary, and I would say, it was a pleasure meeting you, Mary. Thank you so much, Victoria. I'll hang up and let you guys finish talking. And I excuse myself from the conversation and hang up. You know, professionalism is so important. So thank you very much. That was perfect edification, Vicki. So I'm going to pass it over to Ed, and I'll ask you a little bit about step 2. What do you do during those qualifying questions? During that 3-way phone call?
So most important thing, guys, is to remember that this is about the person we're speaking to, right? Not about us, not about our transformation. We want to find out what their goals are, right? And when I say what their goals are, you know, not just if somebody wants to lose 15 pounds. You know, if that's what their goal is, ask them. Listen, if you lose the 15 pounds, what is it that you gain, right? Maybe they have a event they're going to, or a cruise, or a wedding party, or, you know, something deeper than just the weight. And it's very important to ask those questions. And as they're answering, write them down, right? Because at the end of the conversation, or later on in the conversation, you can remind them, say, hey, listen, you want to accomplish this, right? You have a favorite pair of jeans you want to fit into. You want to look amazing at your reunion, whatever it is. So we got to learn to do the listening more than the talking, you know, and it's very important. You could have told me you were going to throw these up on me, but that's okay.
Oh, well, I want to hear your perspective. This is just a guideline for people. This is a great list of qualifying questions, what to ask. I don't ask all of them, but some of them. But you know what, guys? Print it out, because if you get stuck and you're not making the connection with someone, my gosh, here's an example of almost 20 questions, right?
Yeah. So, you know, after we find out what their goals are, you know, and really deep down inside, most people will talk about energy also. You know, they want to feel better or sleep better. You know, then I go into telling them about the products, how the program works, and really explain to them, this is what's going to help you reach your goal, right? It's about the nutrition. It's about getting your metabolism. It's about the quality of the products. And importantly, I also speak about the support systems, right? You know, the cleanse groups that we have and the coaching, because 60% of someone's success is not in that brown box. It's not. It's in you. It's in you teaching them how to be supportive. It's in you coaching them. It's in you answering questions for them, right? It's them knowing they're part of this huge team and big group, and it makes them feel more secure that they're going to reach their goals. That's important for the mentality, because remember, they're not happy right now. They're giving you their credit card. They're being sold something. You know, they don't even know what it is. It's important to talk about the support and the community we're in, because that's a lot of people fail on other stuff they do because they lack that.
Fantastic. You know? Awesome. So that was so helpful. So you know what? As you have more of these conversations, guys, you're going to get much better. I mean, I got a lot of value from watching Jackson Parr's video on YouTube called The Cake Recipe. And if you can type that in the chat box, Vicki, I would appreciate it. Jackson Parr really gave 7 simple questions to ask. Well, would it be okay if I asked you a little bit about your health goals? Tell me, what have you tried in the past? Tell me what area makes you feel the most uncomfortable. Can you see yourself accomplishing these goals? Really just asking these 7 questions and really getting to the heart of someone's problem. And when you can really get deep down to the core of their issue, and then you can offer them a solution, you have a connection there with them. So I want to talk about step number 3, and step number 3 is really utilizing the tools. And we've got tons of great tools for you guys to use, but what I would love to share is our number 1 tool is the 3-way phone call. And I would love Ed to give an example, because this is someone who had great results. He started sharing. He was very eager and excited to help his friends and his family. And yet every person he spoke to, he ran into the same problem. They didn't take him seriously. And I can tell you why, because he did a lot of keg stands. I don't know what a keg stand is, but rumor has it Ed Golden has done many a keg stands in his days. And people were not taking him seriously as a health coach. So he utilized the three-way phone call. So can we give that example with your best friend? Because I think it makes great sense.
What, a keg stand example? I'm game. I'm all about it. So yeah, so when I decided that, I was gonna share my story and everything, I think the first 15 or 18 people I spoke with them myself. And yeah, my friends know me as the dude doing keg stands at the bar, and now I'm trying to talk to them about nutrition. Right? It's not working. The other thing I found out I was doing is I was talking from excitement. Right? I was excited. They were actually excited for me. I mean, if they're good friends, they're gonna be excited for what you're doing. But it doesn't go beyond that part with your close friends, right? They're excited, great. And if you're not like, dude, give me your credit card, I'll do this for you. They're not getting it. They don't really understand it. So, I called up Angela. I said, you're full of S. This doesn't work. And she goes, how many three-way calls have you done? I said, none. So I got my best friend, kind of to prove her wrong. I got my best friend who I was literally talking to for 3 months, messaging him this and that, nothing, on the phone. And it took her 4 minutes to get his social security and credit card number, literally. Right? And again, over 20 years of friendship, I was his best man, he was my best man. But I learned it doesn't connect over there with them, right? Because we're excited. We don't even know what we're talking to. Think of the first 2 people you guys spoke with. Can you tell me what you told them? No. You have no idea. You're just talking because we're excited, we're passionate, we're emotional, but we don't know about what. So when you put a stranger on the phone, well, you put your friend on the phone with a stranger, what happens is in one part of their brain, like, oh, okay, so this is what Ed's telling me. Now there's this other stranger kind of reiterating in a normal way that makes sense. Maybe this is something I should consider or give it a try.
Yeah, 100%. Friends and family often have a hard time taking us seriously, and they think it's just another one of those things, or she's drank the Kool-Aid, or, friends are always the toughest. But when you bring a complete stranger on the phone, it brings validity and credibility to the things that you're saying. So on our team, for us, the three-way phone call is a very powerful tool. But what I want you guys to know is it's not the only tool. There's lots of different ways that you can use the isagenix tools at hand, right? So let's talk about some of the websites. We have isagenix videos, right? I'll just go over them myself without this. We have isamovie.com. So if someone wants more information, I would send them to isamovie.com, and I would say, well, watch some videos on the weight loss program. See if that's up your alley. Thank you, Ed. You type it for me, please. I didn't realize you were doing it. Then if somebody's asking me about medical conditions or science or studies, I send them to isagenixhealth.net. We have a beautiful science blog with literally 3 published studies. Guess what? Nutraceutical companies, they're not required to do any of these third-party testings. We've done it not once, but 3 times. These things are very expensive, yet we stand behind the products and the quality. And my favorite is when people start telling me that they have allergies and sensitivities. I don't know every ingredients on every canister. I send them to isaproduct.com. Right? isaproduct.com, they have audios, they have videos, and they have fast facts where you can literally read about each ingredient on there. And so we've got the 3-way, we've got the videos, we've got customer service. We have so many tools, guys. You're not in this alone. And there's so many different ways to present. You can invite friends to your house and let them do a tasting. You can call people on the phone. You can throw up a post on Facebook. I meet people at the mall. I bring my shaker. There's no right or wrong way. You're just sharing your positivity and your passion about the program with people, right? It's just, I feel that we have something incredible. And when I help somebody, it makes me feel really good. I met a beautiful woman tonight, a lawyer. She said she wanted to lose 35 pounds. And I said, all right, it's got to be more than the 35 pounds. She told me that she hasn't danced in 4.5 years and she loves to dance. I literally started like crying on the phone with her because you know what's going to happen? In 30 days, she's going to dance again. And you know what? I'm going to be so happy for her, and she's going to be so happy for me that I had the courage to share, right? You have to understand what a strong impact we have on helping people create a magnificent life. It's not about the weight you lose. It's about the life you gain. So I'm so proud of what I do, and I just talk to people about it each and every day. And I'm so happy that Ed is going to present number 4 because he is like the follow-up king, right? Guys, somebody's not going to sign up on the first try. Studies show that people don't sign up until the 4th to 6th exposure. And it has nothing to do with you. Don't blame yourself. You didn't say anything wrong. You didn't present it wrong. They don't know. They don't know what you know. And it takes them time to think about it. It takes them time to process it. You know what? When they tell me I have no money, I've got to ask my husband, I need to talk to my doctor, I got to do some research. All that is an excuse for them being scared. They're scared of changing. They're scared of giving up the things that they've always known. Right? How many can agree that change is scary? Yeah. How many clients have said, I'm not giving up my coffee. I'm not going to do this. Well, you know what? You can have coffee. But look at the things. I had a woman who suffered a stroke who told me she wasn't going to do the program because she doesn't want to give up her pop. I said, your what? My soda pop. I said, you got to be kidding me. But listen, if people are scared. So never take no for a no. Think of no as a K-N-O-W. They just don't know. And the most important part, if you genuinely care about people and want to see people succeed, is step number 4. And I'm going to pass that over to Ed.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny you say that. I had an airline pilot once tell me she won't do the program because she can't stop drinking alcohol. So yeah, fun, right? But you know, raise your hand if you guys signed up on the first conversation with your coach. Oh, Teddy, you better put your hand down. You watched Bessie for 4 years.
There's 3 weirdos on the line.
Yeah. This guy, 4 years he watched us. His wife worked with somebody sung isagenix, and he's raising his hand. But yeah, guys, it does, you know, absolutely right. You know, and it was funny at Celebration, Lisa DeMayo really killed it for me because the average used to be 7 to 8 conversations. Now it's went up to like 12 to 14 conversations before somebody's ready to sign up, right? And I don't know if she's on, but, you know, Summer Hogan, you know, told me to F off for about 2.5 years.
And he called her mother on her.
I called her mother because she was posting pictures of nails, trying to make money selling fake nails online. Don't get mad, ladies. I don't know if they're going to. But, you know, it's, I called her mother. She signed up. She lost 30 pounds. She's a 1-star crystal director on my team, right? So the follow-ups are important. You never, ever, ever stop following up with people until you've enrolled them. That's it. That's when you take them off your list. That's when you stop following up. Remember, it's not, they might not be ready today. They might not be ready tomorrow. You don't want to sign them if they're not ready because they're just going to fail and they're going to bash the program.
Yeah.
Right? It's your job to make sure that when they are ready, that they know you're the person to go to. That's where the consistency comes in, right? You got to be consistent. You got to follow up. You got to ask them. And you know, the best follow-up is after you've talked to them and found out their goals. You know, if somebody tells me they want to lose 20 pounds and they're going to go to the gym and do it by themselves, I know that's an enrollment because they will fail, right? And so I watch them and they try and show off. I'm at the gym. They put on Facebook as if like it's making anybody feel bad. And then they'll do that 2 or 3 times. And then you get them on the phone, they sign up because they failed at the gym, right? So the follow-ups are important. I know Angela uses what's that thing, some box or some with postcards or whatever, index cards she uses to keep her follow-ups. And on the notes, she writes, left voicemail, spoke, not ready yet, husband's a jerk, doesn't want to get, whatever it is,
So read some of the follow-up questions. Let's give them some verbiage so they know how to follow up, because some people are like, oh my God, I feel so weird, Ed. I don't know what to say. I just talked to her like 3 days ago.
Yeah. So, and as we go through these, if I talk to somebody and they don't sign up, I hang up, we send them a video, and then I follow up the next day. Hey, do you have any additional questions? Did anything pop up in your head? Right? If they don't respond, 2 days later, I'll reach out again. Is there something that you enjoyed about our conversations? Is there something that's stuck in your head? Is there something you still have questions about? Then I follow up the following week. And then every week I'll follow up. Then I move it to 2 weeks. And every 2 weeks I follow up. And look at these questions. Do you feel good? Have you hit your goal? Do you have any additional questions? Sometimes I'll just pick up the phone. It's like, hey, Rita, we're getting ready to start another $25,000 challenge. I remember you wanted to lose 20 pounds. Are you ready to go yet? Sometimes I'll call them up and I'll be like, hey, we have a discount right now. It's free enrollment. You can save $30 plus $50, and whatever the promo is. And the most important question every single time you talk to them, are you ready to get started? That question has to be asked, because if they're not, they're going to give you the questions that you're supposed to follow up with. They'll tell you, no, I'm not because so-and-so. And that's how you follow up with them. Eventually, they're going to run out of excuses. And they're going to be like, yeah, here's my credit card. That's it.
Yeah, you know what? It's got to be the right time for them, and that's all it is. And if you keep following up, they will come to you when it's the right time. The problem is if you stop following up, they will go to somebody else. How many of us stopped following up and then found the person enrolled? Yeah, that's happened to me. That's hurtful because I totally forgot about them and then they wound up with someone else. And I felt bad because I know we have the best team and I know that they're not going to shine the way they would have in our care. So, it's hurtful. Every time I speak to somebody, I write their name, Robin so-and-so, the phone number, met her on Facebook, not ready right now. That's it. And I put it in here and then I follow up. And I keep it in my little index card holder, and this is my box of follow-ups. So I never, ever forget who I've spoken to. You don't have to have like Excel files and some master system. You just have to keep following up. You got to, talk to people and make it simple. So I want to present the last thing to you. And Ed did a really great job because follow-ups are so important, so important. I mean, most of my people have come 2, 3, 4 conversations in. So when you help someone get started with isagenix, I want to give you guys, number one, the order form is here, so you'll know what information you need to get. But number two, we have some verbiage that will be very helpful for presenting the packs. So we've got 3 different packs. We've got a business builders pack, and that one is approximately $40 a day. We've got a value pack, and that one is approximately $30 a day. And then we've got the basic pack, and that one is about $12 a day. Which one seems right for you, right? And then you would explain them all. So I'll give you a little bit of you all have access to this HB team, and print it. Get comfortable with it. Because you know what? When you give people choices, if you start at the top of the line, they'll land somewhere in the middle with a value pack. But if all you're presenting is a basic 30-day, number one, you're not giving someone an opportunity. Number two, my gosh, the value pack has everything. It has bars, it has snacks, it has vitamins, it has energy shots. You're giving someone an entire buffet of products, right? How many of us came on for the Shakes and Cleanse? Raise your hands. Shakes and Cleanse. How many of us stay on for the 78 other great freaking products? Yeah, Introduce these people to them. What are you scared of? Don't put a price objection on other people. We don't have the right to say how much somebody is willing to spend. Because if you show them a high enough value, good Lord, I would have spent anything to feel the way I do now. You know what I mean? I've prayed for this for a long time. So get comfortable with presenting each of the packs. So let me share with you the document, and you can certainly print it and view it on your own time, but I want you to know where to find it. Jeff, can you see my screen? Oh, somebody's got to unmute. Let me see. Ed, can you see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. So let me close. So right here, guys, under number 5, getting started with isagenix, I just pull up the verbiage for the packs. So here's how it's presented. The Business Builders Pack is $40 a day. It has everything you will ever need in 30 days and then some to share with friends for a business opportunity. This is for people who are serious about earning and building their business as quickly as possible. What business can you start at around $1,200, right? Then we want to introduce the President's Pack. It's now called the Value Pack because you get more value for your money. That one is approximately $18 a day. They have 20 here, which is fine. This one is approximately $20 a day, and it includes vitamins, protein bars, snacks, a free blender, a free membership fee, and it's the most convenient pack, which is why people absolutely love it. It's about $600 for the month, right? And it says by this point, the prospect is relieved at how much cheaper it is than the business pack, right? And then we go into our basic 30-day. And the 30-day is approximately $12 a day. You have to make your own snacks, and it has no vitamins. But it's a basic pack, and you'll still get results, right? So this just gives you some verbiage to kind of get comfortable with presenting the packs. Then right here, it literally is an order form to tell you what's in the pack. Print it, put it in some clear gloss, and keep it by your desk. Because if somebody says, well, what the heck is in a Business Builders Pack? You could say, oh, Lord, you don't even know. You're getting vitamins. You're getting joint support. You're getting pain relief cream. You're getting greens. You're getting isagenix, isopro, chai, 2 shakers, weight thin, sleep support. So print this, keep it by your desk so you know. So when people ask you what's in the pack, you don't have to guess. Print it right here. Here's the 30-day. Here's the value pack. And here's the Business Builder Pack. I'm so excited to show you guys all of this because I want you to know that you don't have to be an expert. All the tools are literally right here. Right here. And here's the order form. Right here. Name, phone number, date of birth, email, credit card, and that's it. It's as simple as that. So this is our step number 1 for presenting the information. Print the documents, utilize it. It's so simple. It's so helpful. But what I urge you guys, you know, Ed and I had this conversation with an amazing young woman on the phone who recently hit Crystal Manager. And her phrase to Ed was, Angela's so busy, I just don't want to bother her. Vicki, do people say that to you because they know you're so busy? Yeah. Here's the thing. In most professions, they frown upon it when you raise your hand and ask for help. In most professions, they think you're foolish if you're always asking for assistance. In network marketing, it is quite the opposite. So we've got to change that mindset. People are successful when they work together. I can't tell you how closely Ed and I worked. I can't tell you how closely Vicki and I worked. And now Vicki does it for her team. And now her people utilize her. Guess what? I still use these guys to help me with my 5-day phone calls. And I will forever. Because that's what makes you successful here. It's not about being autonomous and independent. It's about working with your team leader until you feel strong enough to do that for your team. There's no shame in asking a question. No question is stupid. We have the business group. We have the cleanse group. There's no shame in reaching out and saying, you know what? I would love for you to do a three-way phone call for me because I want to hear how you relate to a man, or I want to hear how you speak to a senior or someone who's a diabetic. Every three-way call that I've ever done, I have always learned something incredible from some of the people on the team. So no shame, no embarrassment, just we're in this together. Honestly, guys, that's the best way you're going to be successful. And that's the way the client's going to be successful. And quite honestly, if your client is introduced to me via three-way phone call, when they have someone who's interested in the program, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to introduce Vicky to their person. And then that person will introduce their coach. And that's the culture we create. Support, help, camaraderie, teamwork. And that's how it really works the best. So Ed, any last thoughts?
No, just to reiterate, that I said this, and the people that have been with us for a while know this. Three-way calls are the lifeline of your business. They really are. They are the lifeline of your business. It has nothing to do with the fact that you don't know how to tell somebody to drink a shake. It has nothing to do with that. It's the fact that today's day and age, people want to be part of something big. They like being part of a team. They've been at work with a boss. They don't need another coach, another boss, another anything. They want to be part of something big. And if you don't do the three-way calls, you have no right asking your team to do it.
Yeah.
Just how it is.
Yeah.
Just how it is.
100%. I would never tag someone on a call or invite them to an event and not show up. How you do something is how you do everything. You want to tag people to be here, you be here. You show them it's important. You got to stand in integrity, friends. It's got to come from here. You're promoting Super Saturday. You want all your people to be there. Guess what? You better be sitting in the first row with a little notebook and a pen, being the best example. People don't listen to you for what you say. People listen to you for what you do and how you show up. And you don't have to know everything to show up like you mean business, right? That's it. And I really commend all of you for taking Wednesday night to be on this call, to learn, to grow. We start today with 37 people. We're going to end, in 6 weeks with 87 people. If you think it's important, they'll think it's important. And that's how we change the world, one person at a time. And you guys are leaders. You're here. You show up. So I'm proud to be here. Even if it was just 5 of you, I'm still proud. So do we have any questions about system number 1, the enrolling system? Any comments, anything you want to contribute to the team?
And I do.
Go right ahead.
It's not exactly with the systems. I don't think she's on Michelle Glansman, but I am super duper impressed with her. She's only in it 3 months, and she's 2 cycles away from 1 star. And I really do contribute that with, she is definitely all in 100%. Bought her ticket to Celebration only a month in, came to Celebration, went there, bought 8 cookies and cream, did live videos. And I'm impressed that she got everybody in her downline to order 6 cookies and cream, and she got to 8 star. To 8 cycles in a week. And she's on a cruise with no cell phone service at all.
Wow.
So I think if someone that's 3 months in could put this work in, anybody could do it. And I'm just absolutely blown away that she sat there Saturday and Sunday setting everybody up for cookies and cream for Tuesday, knowing she'd be on a cruise. So I don't think she's on, but I know she's got some teammates on. So I just wanted to really acknowledge that.
Well, I want to acknowledge you because I think that without your leadership, your support, and you teaching her, she wouldn't be where she is. You taught her how to make her first post. You've done every 3-way phone call with her. You've done every 5-day phone call. She must have messaged you about 300 times, and you've answered every single one of her questions. And that's what teamwork is about. She helped somebody succeed. And look at how much joy and pride she has in this woman's success. That's what it's about. It's like you raise a child, and then one day they go off to college and become an independent adult. And it just makes your heart so happy. There's nothing better than seeing one of your own succeed. So when someone says, Ange, I don't want to bother you, I'm like, you are crazy. You bother me all the way until 10-star executive. If you win, I win. And I've never been a part of such a beautiful culture where people genuinely want others to win. There's no place like this in the world. You think in Chase Bank they want people to win? You know, you think at the school when the teachers are competing for a job, they want each other to win? This is such a beautiful culture, guys. You know, be proud. Be so, so proud to be here. It really is incredible. So thank you for sharing her victory, and I feel like it's your victory too.
It is. Thank you.
I've got Dominic Madden pushing 1 star. Just throwing it out there. Anyone else? Any questions, comments, or takeaways? Okay. Thank you, everyone, so much. Michelle have a question. You guys can unmute yourself if anyone has a comment or question. You can just unmute your own line. Take it away, Michelle.
So I have a raw and real question to ask. I was telling Erica earlier today that I grew up with a very strict mother. And after 51 years, I could still hear her voice and see the expression on her face telling me, don't ask. I mean, we would go to my aunt's house and we weren't even allowed to ask for a glass of water. We had to wait to be offered that glass of water, no matter how thirsty we were. So when it's time for me to follow up, I freeze because I have to ask. How do I get over that without going to a psychologist or a hypnotist?
Yeah.
Get over that.
Yeah.
Ange, can I jump on that real quick?
Sure.
So, when you are going to follow up, right? You're following up because you've already spoken to the person or you've mentally decided that you can help this person.
Yeah.
Okay. If you stay in the mind frame that you're going to help somebody, there's nothing in this world that can give you more gratitude than helping a person. Right?
Absolutely.
So, I use this analogy all the time. The first time we all went on a roller coaster, we were scared. And the best thing about getting on the roller coaster wasn't the roller coaster. It was the fact that we did something we were scared of. So next time you go to follow up and you freeze, remember the second you unfreeze yourself is going to be the best feeling you can have because you overcame a fear. And the more you overcome that fear goes away and it's going to be a natural thing. It's just how the mind works, right? I mean, it hurt for a long time, what you went through. It's not going to be an easy change, but if you can get over that fear, it was just like the first time you guys posted on Facebook. It sucked until we hit post. And it was a great feeling. So when you get over that follow-up and that person responds to you, remember how happy you are. Remember what a great feeling it is to get over that fear.
And I recommend, Michelle, self-development, self-development, self-development. I grew up where I was told that you're never going to amount to anything. You're never going to be anybody. I came from a very difficult environment where streets, and friends felt more pleasant than ever being at home. And some of us grow up with this 11-year-old self, this 11-year-old self where somebody told you weren't worthy, you weren't worth it. And you spend your whole life either being a control freak and powerful because you're determined to show everyone you're worth it, or you take on this other act. And this act can be this meek little quiet person who's just treading lightly and doesn't want to upset anyone, right? This is an act. This is something that you've grown into because of something that somebody did to you at your 6-year-old self, at your 11-year-old self, right? But it's a story. It's a story. It's not who you are. It's not who you have to be. And it takes me a lot of self-development courses and trainings to work through that. Because you know what? When you're told that you're worthless and you're nothing your whole life, and then you do become successful, you know what happens? You sabotage it because you think you don't deserve it. So this year, I dedicated my life to growth and self-development because you know what? I'm not going to get to 9-star if I'm still stuck where I was at 8, right? How many of us have had issues from our childhood? Something that broke us, that hurt us. Every single one of us has a story. I listened to some girl in the leadership course this weekend, and she said that she was walking out of her house at the age of 11, and her mother said, "You look like a clown. Where do you think you're going look like that? Nobody's going to take you seriously." Her entire life, she spent 30 years, mind you. She's 41 now. Her entire life she has spent being a yes ma'am, being told what to do, being submissive, taking crap at work, just coasting through life and never really stepping into her own because that one comment broke her. Because her parents were supposed to love her, and instead something like that shattered her. How are you going to change that? Leadership, self-development. I go to Landmark, I go to Momentum, I go to Tony Robbins, I listen to podcasts because I want to be a different Angela than the one that I grew up with. You know what my parents used to say? They were so poor when they came to this country that money is evil. Rich people only do harm. Money ruins everything. You know what I've learned since being in isagenix? How freaking generous rich people are. How you're not going to change the world being broke. You know, you've got to change the thought concepts. You've got to change the process. But more important, you've got to work on you. You are not 8-year-old Michelle still at your aunt's house asking permission. You are an independent woman blessing people over and over and over. And it's going to take letting go of that 8-year-old story. It's not that person. You get to decide today who you are. And I don't see you. You can ask anyone around you. How do you perceive me? And it wouldn't be that meek, timid, scared little girl. So the story that you make up about yourself is not generally what is. We've all got a story. I am this way because of this. I am that way because of that. Well, you know what? Instead of using the word but, I learned such a great lesson yesterday, right? Let's think of a problem. This is totally off topic, but let's think of a problem. I want to lose weight, but I love food, right? Can anybody else offer a problem? I want to get along with my mom, but she drives me crazy. Can you all think of a problem in your head? I want X, but Y. Raise your hand when you have it in your mind. Okay. Instead of using the word but, use the word and try to tell me if it feels different. I want to lose weight and I love food. So what? One has nothing to do with the other. I want to take a vacation and I'm kind of strapped right now, right? And looks a lot different than but. But is hopeless. But is a dead end. But is you're never getting out of the situation. If you just use the word and, it gives it hope. One has nothing to do with the other. X is not correlated to Y. I want to follow up with people and I'm shy. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. Takes time. Does that make sense, guys? You don't want to butt anything in your life. You know, it's one has nothing to do with the other. I want to be successful and I'm so busy. That's okay. That's okay. You will be successful. Put in the time. For every X, there is a solution. And you know what? What's a problem? It's a problem if really, what is a problem? A problem is what you make of it. If you make it a big deal, if you make it a big to-do, that's a problem. If you say, you know what, this is the situation, but I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to work on it, then it's not a problem. It's a miracle waiting to happen. Right? Can you all see that? You got to give yourself a little bit more credit. You got to be kind to yourself. I have so many clients that say, I only lost 6 pounds my first week. Man, you better take that 6 pounds and go do a dance. Be happy. Love yourself. Be proud. Humans have such a difficult time acknowledging themselves. So much easier to beat yourself up, you know? So thank you for being brave and asking that and coming out and sharing that with us. And it's just, you're just a beautiful work waiting to happen. That's all. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? Naiva.
Yeah, I have a question. So I've been struggling since very beginning to get people on a three-way call in the first place. All the people that I enrolled them myself because none of them would get on the three-way call. So the excuse would be if it's like a stranger, like a cold prospect that I met, they would disappear. First, they wouldn't give the phone number, and then they would disappear. If it's the people that I know, it's either they say, like I had a girl which she was diabetic. I said, listen, I don't know much about that, but I can find you people who can give you more information. I said, well, whatever you're going to tell me, I trust you because you're my friend, but I don't want to talk to strangers. So how do you overcome that? Because I see that my team is struggling with the same thing. Because all that I enrolled myself. So they're trying to do that. And I'm struggling getting people on a three-way call, and they get the same answer. So I don't even know how to coach them because I had the same problem.
Yeah, let's hear from somebody. Vicky wants to answer.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I don't give them an option. I have to be honest. I just say, I'm going to call you on day 5 and introduce you to my friend or my coach, and I take it from there. I really don't say, well, I want you to meet my coach. I don't ask them. I kind of tell them, and I've learned that a while ago. And I notice that a lot of my team, I know exactly when they're asking or when they're telling. Or I'm like, just call me with them and then we'll call them together. Never do they hang up on us. I promise you. If you get your coach on the phone and you call them three-way on a day 5, they're going to talk to them regardless. I don't think there's anything wrong or weird with that at all. So in my opinion, I don't really ask, or I set it up from the beginning. Like on day 5, I'm going to call you with your coach, or my coach. As soon as you make it a little bit awkward or a little suspicious, they're going to freeze up and be like, why do I have to talk to another person? Like, what is this about? And I just had this discussion with somebody else. They're like, I can't get any of my team on a three-way call. I'm like, all 10 don't want to talk to me? All 10 of them. Come on. So it has to be something you're saying or you're not saying maybe. I would just automatically get your coach on from the get-go and not really give them the option. That's my best advice, because I've never had anybody tell me that they didn't want to get on the phone with either Angela or Danielle or anybody else.
When it comes to follow-up, fine. On follow-up, when I already have them enrolled, I get them on the phone.
She's talking about prospects.
For new prospects, it's the same thing, Viva. Do you present it as professional or casual?
Hi.
I guess it's with the people that I know, it's like casual, I guess.
Yeah. So go ahead, Ed.
Sorry. I don't tell people I'm getting them on a three-way call, right? Look, you have your kid sitting on your lap. You're a busy mother. You don't have time to talk right now, but you will call them at 9 a.m. in the morning. What's the best number? And when you call them at 9 a.m. in the morning, they say, hey, I have my friend Ed. He's amazing. I was so glad that I was able to, that he was available to take this call with you, because he's helped me and a lot of other people, and he's going to give you a little more details about the program since I'm still new. That's it. They don't know you're doing a three-way call. They don't want to do a three-way call because they think you are going to be on the phone with a salesperson. Nobody wants to talk to a salesperson.
That's the right way of doing it, just asking for 2 times and then calling them with your coach already on the phone and just saying, hey, Carol, I hope you don't mind. I have my good friend Mary on the phone. I felt a little uncomfortable. I'm still kind of new. I didn't want to give you the wrong information. But Mary, this is my friend. She wants to lose weight, get healthy, and friend, this is Mary. She's coached so many people. I would really appreciate if you can help my friend by just explaining this properly and effectively. And then mute yourself out and let them talk.
I'm worried that they're going to feel like I put them on a spot, like, kind of blindsided.
Stop worrying. We've talked about that.
What are you worried about? That you brought a professional on the phone to give them the best possible advice?
No, it's just that they avoid it. So you kind of force them into that.
Well, guess what? If you don't get them on the phone, it's not going to work. If you get them on the phone, you're worried that they're going to be annoyed. So choose the lesser of your comforts.
So Viva, just so you know, in your 3 uplines is Vanessa, myself, and Angela. Between us 3, we've enrolled over 1,000 people. I think the person you put us on the phone with is not going to be upset with you. It's a slight hunch.
Yeah.
I think it's just getting comfortable with being uncomfortable and knowing in your heart that you're not putting me on the phone with them to get the enrollment, but to really provide the best proper information. And you know what? In the beginning, I would get my friends on the phone and I would say, Jen, would it be okay if I called you with my coach, Christine? Because I want to learn. I'm still so new. I don't want to explain the program to you the wrong way. I'm going to get her on the phone so she can explain it. And this way I can also learn how to tell other people about it better. Just be honest, be vulnerable. I don't think that you're doing anything wrong by wanting the best information. I wouldn't expect my husband to sell me insurance. I'd expect him to get somebody qualified who can properly explain what I'm getting myself into. I wouldn't be mad or I wouldn't be upset with you, but you've got to try different things and figure out what works for you. There's no right or wrong way to do it.
I buy insurance from your husband.
But you know what? You're absolutely right, Viva, because if you're not doing it, your team's not going to do it. So you've got to try different ways and different things and show them what's effective for you. And if you can give them 1 or 2 ways that it's working for you, perhaps it would work for them, because you're 100% right. If you're not doing it, they're not going to do it. That's why you're doing it, to improve your team, to improve their growth, to help them. So you've got to try different things. Don't worry about the friend getting upset. If it's a friend, they're not going to get upset.
And those people you're talking about that you enrolled that are trying to do it by themselves, those are the people that you got to make sure get on these calls.
Yeah.
It'd be very beneficial to them. Don't wait till 8:30 on Wednesday night to introduce them. Call them Tuesday and say, hey, there's a call I'd really like for you to join me on it. Can you please come in Wednesday at 9 o'clock? And guys, this isn't bad, right? We're all learning from each other.
Yeah.
I learned this but and thing from Angela tonight. How great was that? And I thought I'd been through the ringer and back with her. And still I learned something.
I'm just getting started, Ed. Me and all my leadership courses, I'm going to be working on you.
Good thing there's a block button.
I say something, guys?
Who's that?
Dominic.
Go ahead, Dom. You can only say something if you're 1 star already.
I know, that's why I asked, because usually I would just say it, but.
All proper Dom, look at this.
Go ahead.
I love these calls because you want to talk about self-development. You guys, every time I get on a call, I'm a little down on myself and because I want to be the best at everything, I guess. Obviously, I'm not perfect at this. Far from it. But every time I get on a call, like Ed just said, I learned something. And these are self-development. These calls, every single call that I'm on is self-development. I learn, I listen, and especially you, Ange, you're like my true inspiration. You're phenomenal at what you do. And I just learned 10 different things.
Yeah, you're great, Dominic. You're perfect to me. And what I tell you is we're earning while we're learning. And you cannot feel down on yourself because everybody has a bad week. Even Michael Jordan has a bad week, right? The successful people are very good at managing their frustrations. You dust it off and get back in the game. And you have to manage. Because let me ask you something. If you have 3 enrollments for the week, how you feeling? 3 enrollments. Everybody's like, woo! And then you have a week where you have nobody, and you get inside your head and you're like, I'm terrible. I'm not good at this. Maybe I got to give up. My husband's right. It's like I'm selling Tupperware. My mother thinks I'm in a pyramid scheme. But then next week you get 2 enrollments. You're like, I'm back, baby. No, you can't. An enrollment does not justify the great person that you are. An enrollment does not say that you're terrible at this. Whether I get an enrollment or not, friends, I'm committed. I'm going to be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Don't let the enrollment make or break you. Make the lack of work that you put in make you. 3 conversations a day, every day, 3 follow-ups, 3 new friends. It's the work that I put in. It's not the enrollments that I get. Because if I keep putting in the work, the enrollments will come. But I got to talk to people. I got to help people. It's not the enrollment. That's not the important part. It's the conversation. And you know what? As valuable as you find these phone calls, you got to bring your team here. You got to invite them. You got to tag them. You got to talk to them and tell them how much value you got. Because they don't know what they don't know. You know what you don't know. Right? That's why you're here to learn and get better. They don't know what they don't know. They don't understand. They don't understand the importance of this call.
You could bring the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it. You know, like I keep tagging him in it, trying to tell him, you know, it's frustrating for me also.
Don't get frustrated.
Don't get frustrated.
I just went over that. You got to manage your frustrations, number 1. Number 2, you got to have the authentic conversations and explain to them how valuable these calls are and how much it would mean to you if they showed up. Send them the recordings. Be unreasonable. I'm relentless. If I believe somebody deserves to be an executive, I am relentless. I'm calling them. I'm loving them. I'm pushing them. I yell at you several times a week, Dom.
I know.
I'm not going to give up, and that's how you have to be. I don't care if you're having a good week or a bad week. I'm not going to give up on you because I see something special in you. That's how you got to treat the people that you've brought in here.
That might just be
How come you yell at him and cuss at me?
You're both there. Timmy's getting there too.
We're going to jump her.
We got a handful 2 weeks ago.
All right, guys, we went over by half an hour, and I really do try to keep it short, but I think this is such a wonderful...
Where's the scary...
Say again?
Where's the scary voice?
I don't do the scary voice. Oh, 10 o'clock, I shut it off. I figured out how to shut it. My husband did something on my computer.
That was great.
You guys are awesome. I'm going to post the recording. Please tag 5 people you care about. Let them watch the recording. Let them find some value in it. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Ed, Vicky, everyone who asked a question tonight and was brave enough to share their thoughts. Michelle, Dom, Viva, we appreciate you guys. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of your journey. You're just getting warmed up. You know, don't be so hard on yourself. So have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you for participating.
You too. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Great.